Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
There are questions on whether Governor Kristi Noem had a conflict of interest by meeting with her daughter and top state officials in the governor's office while her daughter was pursuing a real estate certification.
Cassidy Peters was seeking a credential that would open the door to higher earnings in her field. A July 27, 2020 letter from her supervisor said that Peters had been denied the upgrade. The meeting in question was held on the same day as the letter. Ethics experts said the meeting was a conflict for the governor, no matter what was discussed.
On her campaign Twitter account, the governor says the media is trying to destroy her children and that this is another example of the double standard within the media of going after conservatives while ignoring liberals. You can read the full report from the Associated Press right here on KELOLAND.com.
Attorney General Jason Ravnsborg plans to wait until November to issue an explanation on the Amendment C that will be on the ballot in June 2022.
Ravnsborg's chief of staff tells KELOLAND News the Attorney General wants to wait until a new public comment law takes effect on November 1st. It requires a 10-day public comment period before the Attorney General issues the final version of an official statement.
Amendment C would require 60% support for any ballot measure that imposes or increases taxes or fees. Well, we're in for another day of summer-like weather here in KELOLAND, but that's going to change soon. Let's find out the details with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning. Yes, it will be changing, but today, hot weather for many. The forecast near record levels, in fact, west of Sioux Falls. As we look at the maps, the other fallout from the heat is the red flag warning that's on your screen here, and that does include Rapid City, Buffalo, all the way almost to Mobridge here, and that is certainly something we're concerned about today, so be extra careful. Fire danger is extremely high given the wind and the high temperatures and the low humidity. Now, as we look at highs today, 94 is our projected high at Chamberlain, 95 in Phillip, 92 Rapid City. We'll look at those changes that are coming in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Brian. Waterfowl and youth pheasant hunting seasons are currently underway in KELOLAND.
It's important to remember to follow all the safety protocols to keep you and others safe while out hunting. That includes treating the gun like it's loaded, knowing what's around your target, and wearing proper clothing.
Pheasant season, you don't have to wear orange, but it's always recommended. We have a lot of problems in the past with people swinging on our blockers and things like that, and the blockers usually get peppered and stuff like that. So obviously just make sure you're wearing your orange. It's a good safety protocol there, along with just make sure you identify your target.
If a bird is really low, it's recommended that you not shoot the bird, especially if there are other people downrange of you. Starting today, you can schedule your Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine with Sanford Health. Avera, Hy-Vee, and Lewis Drug have already been distributing the booster.
People over the age of 65 and those with underlying medical conditions are urged to get their booster shot. People who are at increased risk because of their occupation may also get a booster. Monument Health is reopening its COVID-19 vaccine clinic at the Rushmore Mall in Rapid City to help more people get their booster shot.
The clinic is open Monday through Friday. It's located in a retail space on the southeast side of the mall. You can make an appointment for a COVID-19 shot through MyChart or by calling the nurse triage line.
The CDC is weighing in on Halloween safety amidst the pandemic. The agency says that kids can trick or treat safely this year if you're going to be outdoors and in small groups.
That means it is also safe to hand out candy with precautions by keeping those interactions brief. The CDC director also encouraged people to get vaccinated and to get boosters if they are eligible. The USD Coyote Clinic and Avera are teaming up for a flu shot clinic at the banquet in Sioux Falls this evening.
The clinic will be open from 5:45 until 8 tonight at both the downtown and west side banquet locations. If you have any questions, you're asked to call the Avera Downtown Clinic. All public restrooms within park facilities will be closed until further notice in Brookings. The city made the decision after recent vandalisms that happened over the past 2 weeks to many of the city park restrooms.
Staff will only unlock the restrooms when there is a scheduled event at a park. Saxauer Park restrooms will remain available for use by campers. If you know any information related to the vandalisms, you're asked to call the Brookings Police Department or Brookings Parks and Rec. That is a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, weather today, as we look at the maps, you'll see here wind out of the south-southeast. It's going to help push those temperatures into the upper 80s and low 90s. So while it's hot today, this is about the end of it because clouds are already thickening up this afternoon in the west. And even though that fire weather continues through the early evening, I do think some showers will begin to sprout on radar here, especially toward midnight and more likely after midnight as northwest winds become rather gusty in Rapid City. That wind change is an important factor to consider as well. I do think those winds will change around and Pier through mid-morning. You'll notice a scattering of rain on Futurecast, and a lot of that is going to be West River during the morning. But in the afternoon, there could be developing showers and thunderstorms, especially through the James Valley by 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Now, 80s is still ahead of this system, but the showers and thunderstorms are going to be in the forecast again into Thursday as more rounds come up from the south. And that's the next thing we'll be evaluating is how much rain do we get in that extended period of time, starting late tomorrow into even Saturday. There will be leftover showers in extreme eastern KELOLAND. So an inch of rain is not out of the question for some. And if you don't get that much, even a half an inch of rain looks like a very doable amount in eastern South Dakota. West River, it's going to be a little harder to get to that level. You notice temperatures are sliding, but not drastically colder. In the 60s and 70s, in fact, most of the time in the 70s, but the clouds will be thicker the next several days, and of course the best odds of rain through Friday. Aberdeen stacks up with a good chance of rain tomorrow and on Thursday. High at 71 by Thursday, 72 on Friday. Even Pier will slide into the 70s. So gone are the 90s, and I do expect the best chance of rain will be tomorrow. Chance of rain Thursday is still there at 20%. And for Rapid City, we really dropped. 92 today, 59 tomorrow, then 68 on Thursday, and a little drier trend to kick off the weekend. Find out additional coverage with our Storm Center update right now at KELOLAND.com.